what it will do.
Talking peace with Ulfric? He must be an op.
Watch the skies, traveler.
Sir, there continues to be unrest in the Grey Quarter.
Blasted Dark Elves. I don't suppose you could tell them that I presently have larger concerns, such as all of Sky.
I had expected Ysgramor
They don't
City to
seem
be
very
bigger.
sympathetic to our cause, sir.
Let me know if you hear anything more substantial.
Of course, my lord.
I'm proud we liberate. It's about time they turned their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding homeland. What do they want? I have the greatest respect for the Greybeards, of course, and the dragon attacks are a growing plague. But the political situation is still delicate. I can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tully... Alduin! The World Eater of song and legend! If that's true, well, it changes the situation, doesn't it? Even Tullius may be forced to talk sense in the face of such a threat. Yes, I'll give Tullius one more chance to quit Skyrim with his tail between his legs.
They used to call Windhelm the City of Kings. In my books, anyway.
So, you've done it. The men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. The Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters. Peace? I doubt it. They may put their weapons down. They are not yet tired of... But regrets are pointless. Take your seat at the council table.
So,
And let us see what
Arn...
wisdom... we can find among these warriors
why
of
we're
Skype.
here. Are you going to let us in or not?
You are not invited here. You are not welcome here.
We have as much right to be at this council as all of you. More, actually, since we were the ones that put the Dragonborn on this path.
Were you? The hubris of the Blades truly knows no bounds.
Delphine, we're not here to rehearse old grudges. The matter at hand is urgent. Alduin must be stopped. You wouldn't have called this council if you didn't agree. We know a great deal about the situation and the threat that Alduin poses to us all. You need us here if you want this council to succeed.
Very well. You may enter.
We should get started. Alduin is only getting stronger.
Take your seat, and we can begin. Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin. I hope that we have all come here
No.
in the spirit
You
of...
insult us by bringing her to this negotiation? You're Chief Talos Hunter?
That didn't take long.
Here, here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation. You can't dictate who I bring to this council.
Please, if we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere. Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
By Izmir's beard. The nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh? To think that we would sit down with that. Thalmor bitch. I say she walks, or we walk. I'm glad we agree on this.
Very well, Ulfric. Enjoy your petty victory. The Thalmor will treat with whatever government rules Skyrim. We would not think of interfering in your civil war.
Ha! Skyrim will never bow to the Thalmor. Unlike your Imperial friends here.
You're lucky I respect the Greybeard's counsel, Galmar.
Legate, we represent the Emperor here.
Sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
One moment.
Here we go.
I just want to make clear that the only reason I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the Dragon Menace. I have no authority to negotiate a permanent settlement, unless Ulfric is ready to sue for peace and turn himself over to Imperial justice.
Master Arngir.
We're
are
here
you going
to
just
arrange a
let him
temporary
continue
truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons. Nothing more. We consider even sitting down to talk with these rebels more than generous.
Enough posturing, Tullius. If you came to talk, let's get on with it.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? General Tullius, Jarl Ulfric, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar, and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Our terms are simple. Riften must be returned to Imperial control. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
Elisif, are you really going to be a party to this foolishness? Do you really think Ulfric will just turn Riften over because some Imperial general barked an order?
That's quite an opening demand, Tullius.
Ulfric, you can't be taking this demand seriously. We can hold Riften against anything the Empire can throw at it. Besides, Jarl Layla will never agree to...
Whatever I decide is in the best interests of Skyrim. Are we clear?
Yes, my lord.
Come on, Tullius. You can't seriously expect us to just hand over Riften at the negotiating table. You haven't been able to take it back yet. Why should we give it up now?
I am sure General Tullius does not expect something for nothing.
Of course not. What will you offer for Riften, Tullius? Some empty promises? Maybe some more Imperial bluster?
Enough, Galmar.
Jarl Ulfric, what would you want in return?
First, let me be clear. The Sons of Skyrim know from bitter experience that talking to the Empire is a waste of time. Or worse, Imperial promises are simply a way to lull you while they prepare a dagger for your back.
Aye, we haven't forgotten Markarth, Tullius.
But I accept the Dragonborn's invitation to this council, and I at least will negotiate in good faith. The council was your idea, huh? So tell us, what do you think Riften is worth? You're right. Tullius isn't in any position to ask for Riften. You've heard the man, Tullius. Riften is off the table. The Empire barely has a toehold left in Skyrim. We don't need to pay such a high price for this truce.
You disappoint me, Dragonborn. I accepted your invitation to this council, despite your known association with the rebels. But it seems you have no intention of dealing fairly with me. I can see now that this is not a negotiation at all. I know you, Ulfric. You have no intention of coming to terms. You're here to blacken the Empire's name, and I won't be party to it. You may think this war is nearly won. You're wrong. I've been fighting you with a mere handful of troops. Once the Emperor is convinced of the need, then you will see the full strength of the Imperial Legion. Soon enough, I'll have you back under the headsman's axe, and this time there won't be any dragon to save you.
As always, the Empire's fine words are worth nothing.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your petty disagreements? Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me. And I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
I don't know about the end of the world, but this dragon situation has gotten out of hand. If this truce will help the Dragonborn here put an end to that menace, we both gain. Remember that, Ulfric. Now, back to the matter at hand. If we're not going to get Riften, we need you to give us something.
Swords, bones, where will these demands end?
Out with it, then.
We want compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten.
You slaughtered the very people you claim to be fighting for. True sons of Skyrim would never do such things.
Damned Imperial lies. My men would never stoop to such methods, even in retaliation for your butchery at...
Tullius. All the blood spilled in this war is on your head.
So, Dragonborn, what do you say? I should have known better than to expect you to give us a fair hearing. Once again, the Empire takes the blame for the crimes of others. You know I can't agree to these terms. The Emperor would repudiate this treaty, and I would be recalled.
You see what talking to them gets us.
Let's hear it.
Never mind. I can see that these are the best terms we'll get from this council. So be it. The Empire at least puts the greater good above our own interests.
It seems we may have an agreement. Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, these are the terms currently on the table. Riften remains allied to the Stormcloak cause, under the authority of Jarl Laila Lawgiver. You both agree to this?
The Sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Elisif? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tullius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. These terms blatantly favor the rebels. Everyone here knows that. But the Empire will accept them until the Dragon Menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it. Legate, with me. We have a lot of work to do.
I admit, I really didn't expect these talks to succeed. Getting the Empire to agree to anything at all is quite an achievement.
Jarl Vignar, I assume you are familiar with the Dragonborn's plan?
Yes, I'm ready to do my part. Just say the word, and my men will help you spring this trap.
But the difficulty remains how to lure a dragon to Dragon's Reach at all.
By Talos, that's an excellent question. I hope you haven't forgotten that little detail.
Ah, I believe I can be of help here. I anticipated the problem. While you were arranging this meeting, I was busy in the library of Skyhaven Temp, an unguessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the Blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew. Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Alduin has raised up. Don't you see? The names of dragons are always 3 words of power, shouts. By calling the dragon with a voice, he will hear you wherever he might be. He's not compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge. Your voice in particular is likely to intrigue this dragon after your victory over Alduin. I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call. Ah, indeed. I'm no master of the voice, like these worthy gentlemen, but it is written here in the scroll. Oda Ving, winged snow hunter, as I read it.
When I return to Whiterun, I'll get my men ready to help trap this dragon.
We're counting on you to make this all worthwhile.
When I return to Whiterun,
There's one more thing.
I'll get my men
We
ready
know
to help
about
trap
Paarthurnax.
this dragon.
That's fine. We needed his help. Now we don't. And it's long past time for him to pay for his crimes. And he's not just any dragon. He was the right hand of Alduin. He committed atrocities so infamous they are still remembered thousands of years later. He needs to die. He deserves to die. And it falls to you to kill him. Until he's dead. Well, I'm sorry, but we would dishonor our oaths as blades if we continued to help you. Make your choice, Dragonborn. You're either with us or against us. Here's the big picture. He helped Alduin enslave our ancestors. He may have betrayed Alduin in the end, but that makes him worse, not better. We can't afford to give Paarthurnax the opportunity to betray us in turn and return to his old master.